Good morning, REEDY High School, and welcome to Opened End News.
Good morning, REEDY Lions. Today is January 28th, B-Day. I'm Allison England.
And I'm Matt Lasser. This is Opened End News. To start off our broadcast, let's go to Berkeley to see how this year's ISM showcase went.
Independent Study Mentorship is a program that allows students to study their possible future careers.
My ISM topic is pediatric psychology, and it's basically about studying the common mental disorders in children and how this biology of the brain can affect behaviors in children as well. I think ISM is really beneficial for your future because you learn how to talk to professionals, you learn how to dress professionally, go on interviews, and it just helps you kind of move past your phase of high school and more into like college. And I think ISM is really helpful for your future because you learn skills that you wouldn't usually learn like in a normal classroom, like how to go on interviews, how to talk to professionals, how to dress professionally, and on top of those soft skills you also get to explore like your career or topic of interest for the future. So far I'm studying play therapy, which is a type of therapy that can be used on children since they can't verbalize like their emotions and their feelings. Therapy can't be given as it is like in adults, so you have to play with children and use different tactics to kind of figure out what's their issues, to diagnose them, and then you could also use play therapy to treat them.
So basically, I talked to a guy named Ozil Rios. He's the professor at UTD. He was a super nice guy, and he's a mechanical engineering professor. And he said that for your first, I was studying 3D modeling at the time. He said for your first project, you should do something creative. So I decided to make a 3D model of a dinosaur, which I just thought was really fun and cool. It was super awesome. For the future, well, one, it's a good resume builder. But two, ISM is an amazing experience. You get to learn to meet professionals and talk to professionals, go into the real world, make a resume, speak in front of people. It's really awesome. I really love it. And honestly, it's amazing.
For Opened End, I'm Berkeley Park.
Good job to each student who participated. Your projects look amazing.
And now, let's take a look at what's happening at REEDY this week.
Tonight from 5:30 to 7:30 is REEDY's annual multicultural night in the cafeteria. There's also a varsity softball scrimmage at 7 here at REEDY. We will be playing against Salina. Tomorrow, we have a bunch of sporting events going on. Tonight, soccer plays against Lone Star, basketball plays against Lebanon Trail, and there's also a JV softball scrimmage against Salina here at REEDY. On Wednesday, we have a Rising Freshman Night, dedicated to the current 8th graders who will be freshmen next fall. This event will begin at 6. Also at 6, our varsity girls and boys wrestling will play against Frisco High and Lone Star High School. This event will be held at Centennial High School.
On the 31st, REEDY Diving has a regional championship at Bruce Eubanks Natatorium starting at 5. Varsity Powerlifting will have a meet at Lone Star High School also at 5. At 6 o'clock, our varsity wrestling team will have a match at Centennial High School. Color Guard also has their first flag night at Memorial Stadium starting at 7. On Friday, we have another round of sporting events. At noon, REEDY Swimming and Diving will have their regional championships at Bruce Eubanks Natatorium. Boys soccer will play against Centennial here at REEDY. Basketball will also play here at REEDY and play against Lone Star. Varsity wrestling will begin their tournament at REEDY Fieldhouse beginning at 6. And finally, on Saturday, JV and Varsity Color Guard will have their circuit show at Lakeland. At 8 o'clock in the morning, there will be 2 wrestling tournaments, a varsity girls tournament at Keller High School and a JV tournament at Frisco High School. There will be 2 softball scrimmages, both at Founders Park in Wiley, starting at 9:30 in the morning. There will be another softball scrimmage at 10:55 and 11:15. At 11 o'clock, swimming and diving will have their regional finals at Bruce Eubanks Natatorium.
This year at REEDY, we initiated the 20-20 rule, meaning students cannot go to the bathroom the first or last 20 minutes of class. Let's go to guest reporter Christian for more.
The hall pass policy may seem unfair, but it is actually a great help to our school.
Well, so we've always had a hall pass policy. Students have always, it has always been an expectation that students would have hall passes. when they left their classrooms. Whether or not that took place, that's a different issue, right? You know, our thing this year is we just wanted to give our teachers the resources that they need to make sure that that policy was being followed. So that's why everybody was given a certain number of passes, and they were all lanyards, so they're easier to keep up with. The purpose for that is we need to make sure that when we see people walking around in our building that we know where they're supposed to be, right? It's a safety issue. We're trying to make sure that we're taking care of our facilities. We're trying to make sure that students are not where they're not supposed to be. So that's why we have passes that are color-coded, so that, you know, we should be able to look at it quickly without having to bother a student, right? Like, we can see the color and go, okay, they're where they're supposed to be, and they can move on and go about their day.
I think the main goal is to make sure that students are where they're supposed to be. If we see a different colored hall pass somewhere, then we know that that's not where that student's supposed to be. So I think it's helped out. If there's a pass somewhere where it's not supposed to be, it's easy to locate that student and send them back where they need to be.
Some students' opinions do differ about whether these hall passes have affected the school.
The bathroom passes are kind of big, and it's kind of like, it's a little like, it takes a while to like go to the bathroom. You have to fill out the form. Because it keeps people from like going to the bathroom like all the time and like just dilly-dallying.
Like, I think that it will limit what happened last year, like with because I've been in the City Hall bathroom, it's a disaster.
Yeah, I think so, right? I mean, you know, every now and then you see some people where they're not supposed to be, but for the most part, yeah, it's been pretty successful.
I'm Christian Statham, guest reporter, Open-Den News.
Soccer season officially began during winter break. Coach Corey is our girls' soccer coach, and let's go see how he is using his life experiences to teach on the field.
The head coach of the soccer team has much more to his story than what meets the eye.
I couldn't say one sound for 6 months. I couldn't talk. I lost feeling in my hand. I just felt my arm drop in like slow motion. It was very surreal. I didn't know what was going on. My heart, from a heart attack, my heart was not pumping well enough. So some blood pooled in my heart, and eventually that led to a stroke.
As one would expect, lots of recovery and therapy came as a result of this occurrence.
Speech therapy mostly, just practicing over and over the positions of vowels and sounds in English, and just talking as much as I can was what I did. When I teach a lot, my mouth gets tired. It's like when you're laughing so much, when your face hurts, that happens at night. So really, I have to concentrate a lot and take concerted effort to, you know, project my voice and to make sounds, and so that gets tiring sometimes.
Despite this personal tragedy, though, he teaches his girls a lot more than soccer.
Never to take anything for granted. When something bad happens, how you respond to that bad thing happening can be a really powerful moment in your life. So not getting down, not feeling sorry for yourself, trying to get back however you can to function and perform every day, and don't let that thing drag you down. That's maybe the most important thing I've learned.
This is Haley, guest reporter, Open-Den News.
That's all for today, Lions. If you have a story you want to share, please contact Open-Den News in room A141 or email Miss Kaiser at kaiser@friscoisd.org. I'm Allison England.
And I'm Matt Lasser with Open-Den. We'll see you in 2 weeks.